What's going on YouTube? GraveCinder here, and welcome back for episode number 33. Hey guys, before we begin the episode, I just wanted to let you know that I have opened up a Twitter account not too long ago, simply pertaining to my YouTube channel. If you guys are looking for updates in between episodes, so say when there's a couple of days, um, when I haven't uploaded, I do post on Twitter, just kind of like hey, videos coming up in a couple of days, things like that. I do plan on utilizing this Twitter account for other purposes as well, kind of to connect with you guys as well, keep you updated on the channel, the way it's going, the new games that we might start playing in the future, and just things of the like, if you will. So if you guys are interested, the link is in the description below. Go ahead and check that out. Now, it has been, I want to say, 3-4 days since I have uploaded a episode, and that is because one, I've been very busy with my job and my newborn, but also what I planned on doing here in the city has taken me a very long time to do. Before I show you guys kind of what I've done and go into the time lapse, let me explain exactly what is about to happen. First thing is going to be, if you guys take a look over here, we are going to extend this highway all the way into this island and kind of connect it over here to this particular area. I do have something in mind, kind of like a connection. It's custom made. I'm not sure if it's gonna look pretty, if it's gonna be extremely functional or traffic efficient, but that is something that we are gonna go ahead and put in place right there. We're gonna remove this this intersection here, and we're just gonna kind of connect everything on the side of this tile and come back out down this way. As you can see, I did already clean up all the trees. I wasn't gonna bore you guys with the time lapse for that again. The other thing that we're going to do is a lot of this traffic that's going on over here on this side is actually due to the cargo train station that we have going on over here. So I think that wasn't the brightest idea that I've had as far as fixing the traffic that we had before. So that is something that we're going to go ahead and remove, and hopefully in the future place it in a different area. The other thing that I'm going to be doing is here on these two intersections, these two twin intersections that you can see, I'm actually going to remove the arms, the highway on and off point here. It doesn't serve a lot of purpose, and especially so when we have a higher traffic backup, which is bound to happen in the future of the city, these guys, instead of going straight and merging down the road, they actually merge kind of right here in this area, and they block the traffic. So you see kind of what they're doing right there. That is one of the reasons that this backup over here is happening. So that is because it is way too close to the arm right over here on this side. The other thing that I actually had a suggestion from one of you guys, I believe it was on the previous episode or the episode before that, is to add taxis. So that is also something that we're going to add this episode. This might be a long episode, by the way, just so you guys know. But I generally don't use taxi service in my cities. One, because it's not very efficient, and two, you have to place a lot of taxi stations in order for people to utilize them. But you know what? I did promise at the beginning of this series, the Let's Play series, that we're going to utilize all forms of public transport, and taxi service ends up just being one of them. So yes, we are going to add taxis to our city. The one thing that also I think I've made a mistake on because of traffic and just kind of everything that's going on over here and being hectic is the small business enthusiast policy that we have placed for all of our low density commercial. So that is something that I am going to remove. One, we don't need it. Our budget is doing quite well, and I hope it will without it. I don't see a reason why it won't. But two, it does create additional traffic as far as trucks delivering goods, like doubling the goods of deliveries and everything that's going on in our city. I think that's about all. I haven't quite figured out exactly if I am going to put this cargo train station somewhere else. I think for now we're just gonna remove it and kind of see what happens with the city, and go from there. As far as a time lapse goes, if there is one, and I'm pretty sure there is going to be one. Enjoy it. Take a look. Let me know if you have any questions after it's over. Ask if you have any questions as to why I did one or the other thing. Let me know, and we'll go from there. And before we actually start doing anything, I think it's fair that we take a look at the overview of the city. So currently we're sitting at 6.3 million. We have 30,000 incoming, which is going to change once we remove the small business enthusiast policy for the city. 72,000 population and small amount moving in. We do have a pretty good demand for residential, commercial, as well as jobs. So guys, without further ado, enjoy the time lapse, and I'll see you in just a little while. welcome back. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the time lapse and a couple of additional things that you probably saw in there. Um, let's uh, let's go ahead and check out this brand new intersection that I built, and hopefully it's gonna work wonderfully for us. What I will do is I will go ahead and put the game on 3 speed, just so we can kind of see how it flows, how it works. And kind of go from there, right? One thing that I realized is with this highway connection being right here, and people being or cars being able to utilize, it's like this on-ramp right here where this green truck is going, there isn't going to be a lot of necessity to oops, where am I going? To actually use this ramp over here. So what I think a lot of trucks and cars are going to try to do is cut through the city over here and use that intersection, and I think that'll help reduce the amount of traffic that's going on over here. So if that becomes a problem, that is definitely something that I will address, and how I plan on doing that is actually removing this arm that goes from this highway right here and connecting it over here to this side. So that is only if the traffic becomes a problem. Looking at everything and the way it's kind of settled now that we have removed these arms right here, um, traffic isn't that bad anymore over here. It's doing well. I think we may even be able to keep that high or small business enthusiast policy in place. And just kind of play by ear, see what happens, and if we need to improve on anything, we certainly will. But now that this intersection is getting a lot of traffic, I think it looks pretty cool. This took me quite a long time to put together. It's custom. It's got a lot of different arms, a lot of different directions. But I tried to simplify it as much as I could. One unique thing about it is, let's say you're traveling out of the city this way, kind of like what these guys are doing over here, is you go under the highway, you hop on this ramp, and you get on and you get out. Also, if traffic is just traveling through our city and not planning on going anywhere inside the city itself, they have this arm right here, the exit, and they come on and get out of the city, which happens, right? In addition to that, of course, if you're traveling out of the city, you would use this connection right here. So you see how it's kind of slowed down. There's not a lot of cars using it. I think they all realized that they can easily cut through the city. So here, this is exactly what I was talking about. You see all of this traffic utilizing this arm right here and just kind of leaving the city that way. That is something that I wanted to avoid. I wanted them to go the longer route, that way the traffic here in this particular area isn't as bad. So it is, as you can see, piling up a little bit, and some of these cars are getting out of the right lane and into, there you go, like that yellow truck right there. Let's see if he's smart enough to just keep going. Yep. But yeah, so that's exactly what I was talking about, kind of reducing as much traffic there as we can. If it becomes an even bigger problem than what it is right now, yes, we are going to remove this arm right here. The additional thing that I did, I'm sure you guys noticed in the time lapse, is I added an additional incinerator for trucks just for more coverage because we were running kind of low. And I added an additional boiler station because this area right here, once it got pretty cold in the city, was was complaining about not enough heating. So that is kind of it. Definitely keeping an eye on this traffic right here. So if it starts getting pretty bad, yes, we're gonna disable the small business enthusiast policy, but also get rid of this arm right here. That is for sure. And we can actually go ahead and start a little bit of zoning over here, just so we can fill up the area. So I think that'll be just enough for now. We'll add some more jobs because the demand is going to rise once those folks move in. So we'll just leave it like that for now. And commercial-wise, I'm almost thinking not to zone too much more in this area, simply because there is a lot of traffic that is going on over here. And yep, here's kind of what I was talking about. That is something that I don't want to see. So let's actually go ahead and do that. Let's get rid of this arm right there, and we'll see if that doesn't help the traffic situation right here. Because yes, I do want these trucks going straight the longer way and getting out of the city, so they're not causing a lot of traffic in this particular area. Because, well, you know how I feel about traffic, right? Cool. So let's zone more high density commercial over here, just to kind of keep the city going and growing. Again, if this becomes too hectic and it doesn't work out, and there's too much traffic going on, we can always go ahead and delete it and start a new area somewhere else. So yeah, the only demand that we have going on right now is the commercial demand. I mean, we can. Nobody says we can't add a little bit more right there to kind of keep the same look and flow going. We can just leave that right there for now and see what happens there. The train station is doing pretty well. Speaking of that public transport, and one of you guys did suggest that I add the taxi depot, I don't think that that's a bad idea. Let's find a place for the taxi depot to actually sit. And I'm kind of almost thinking that I want to place it.
At Akio, we've been making the best in mobile phones.
Well, we can actually place it over here in this this area.
By putting ringtones in every commercial that make you think your phone is ringing. Whether you have
I don't think that looks bad right there.
Or just leave it on
Let's leave it there. We'll add a train station, or not train station, but a taxi stand right over here by our newly developed area. So just kind of like one right there. We can add one there. Let's spread them out through the city too. Kind of put them in a little bit more populated areas, if you will, and see if we can't get possibly some revenue from it, but also some more people using the taxi service. Nice, that'll fit perfectly right there. Let's put one over here on this side as well. We can actually put two. So one there and one right there. There we go, that should work. I'm not sure if I want to place one over here. We can maybe place one right next to the hospital. Coming back over here. Wow, that is a perfect spot for one, so we'll go ahead and leave one right there. We've got to have one over here in this commercial area, so let's put one just right there, and let's see if we can squeeze one somewhere else. How about right there? And there. Why don't we give these guys a shot to take the taxi to work and see if they actually end up doing it. I know, I do have to add some public transport over here to this particular area, and I plan on it. I plan on utilizing probably a bus that's going to come through here. I don't think I'm going to be connecting the metro because it's in my mind it's not an ideal um, place to have a metro. And let's say in the farming area, going to work, if I have a metro station anywhere over here, I know it's the function of it would be pretty good, but it's not ideal. It's not realistic to have a metro station in the middle of your farming area or your forestry. Oh, one will fit perfectly right there. Let's see if we have any more room. How about one right there? We've got to have one by the dock. I just don't see. Oh, there we go. We can even add two. Oh, oh wow, that actually looks pretty nice. So we'll put two of them there. One will fit right there. One there. And I think that should be good enough. I mean, I know the office areas could use some. I'm not seeing any happy faces, meaning that the businesses or residential areas are happy that we're placing these throughout. So really, it serves no purpose in gaining or leveling up the buildings themselves. So I guess it's just one of those things that if you want to place them in your city, go for it. In my opinion, the taxi service itself is a losing money-wise. It's not a money gainer. It's a money loser in the game itself. It does look like our residential demand is back up, so we'll go ahead and zone that back up over here. There we go. Let's check on our jobs. There is quite a few abandoned buildings and a demand for workers, so I'm gonna leave that alone. We're not zoning anymore. The other thing that I thought about doing is, now that we have unlocked all of these tiles over here, we can actually expand the residential districts that we have going on over here, so we can take advantage of the additional space and zoning. So that's probably something that that I may turn into a time lapse or just kind of add as we go. But I do want to fill in this area next to the highway, and then we're gonna, of course, add some trees to finish up the layout itself. And the other thing that I thought about doing is actually moving the train tracks closer to the highway, or actually right next to the highway itself, so it's not in the way, if you will. And I think enough time has passed to where we have removed this arm to see if that it did have any effect on this area, and it doesn't look like it helped much. So thinking about it, let's let's go out on a whim. Let's go ahead and disable that that citywide policy, which is the small business enthusiast, and see if that actually helps our traffic over here in this city. I don't think that we're gonna have quite enough time this episode to find out, but we can certainly look into it on the next episode and see what happens. I'll go ahead and keep the game on 3 speed just until we finish up the episode itself. And now that we have this this highway kind of squared away over here, I do plan on putting an airport over here somewhere in this particular area. So that is just a small spoiler, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. I don't think that our budget is going to be able to handle 8,000 at this particular time, because I do plan on placing the international airport, and that does cost 8,000 per week. And you guys can see that our budget, now that we disabled the small business enthusiast policy, is down to about 11,000. Yep, and I'm really hoping that this traffic does solve itself. Perhaps there's one thing that we can actually do right now to kind of help it out, and that would be to connect the trash trucks coming through this area over here, because there is, as you can see, there's a lot of trash trucks going over making their rounds and picking up trash. So let's do that real quick, just to see if that will in fact help our traffic situation. And I feel comfortable making a tunnel right about here. I think that should that should be just fine. Oh yeah, all of these guys over here are complaining about trash, so we do have enough coverage. But as you can see, that the trash trucks are stuck in traffic, and they're not picking up the trash, and people are upset. So hopefully that will help. And yeah, pretty much every single one of these vehicles here is a garbage truck. I mean, it's gotta help. I don't see a reason why it wouldn't. Yep, and I did make this a two-way street. Let's see if this guy's actually gonna take advantage of it right away. Yep, he's using it. Perfect. Alright, so that is gonna work. That is gonna solve it. The very least, the trash issue. Our budget is bouncing back a little bit, which is good. We're at over 14,000 right now, and the residential demand is skyrocketing at the moment. We've zoned pretty much this whole area, and we just keep getting more and more, which is good. I'm not complaining. We do want as high of a population as we can get in the city. But as far as jobs go, I'm definitely not zoning any more until this area over here fills in. And Cozy Park does have the schools out policy, so let's actually we'll go ahead and apply it to this district. Oop, no, not that. This one. To this one right here, because it does house 7,000 population, whereas this one, oh wow, 8,000 population. So that's just going to be additional people that are going to prefer working over schools. So they should, at the very least, should consider working over in the forestry industry as opposed to looking for a job in offices or commercial. So hopefully that will help. We are kind of on running on a time crunch this episode. I don't want it to be too long to where you guys kind of get bored. So we'll go ahead and end it here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the episode. Remember that Twitter account is solely for my channel here on YouTube. So use that to kind of keep connected with me, ask questions if you have some, and get updated on what is to come next. Thank you so much as always for watching. Hopefully it won't be this long before I upload an additional video. And if you guys have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. That does really help out my channel. Give the video a like if you liked it, especially if you like this interchange over here. That is kind of unique, and it was pretty difficult to build because it's on a curve. So I couldn't really utilize a one of the built-in interchanges or anything as simple, even as simple as a trumpet interchange or a double trumpet interchange, which I did kind of play around with to see if it'll work. But in any case, guys, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time. As always, have a good time.